I don't have cancer. It's herpes. There's a big difference between herpes and cancer.
Yeah, that's a real big difference. There's a cure
Yeah,
for cancer.
we'll talk about it later.
Oh, well,
Okay,
they're working on cancer.
we got a card. Apparently that happened last week. So
Yeah.
hey, I'm Otis. That's Chris McNeil. We are the real MMA bros coming at you live. A day late, $1 short, but that's okay. Here we go. Chris, how was your weekend?
My weekend was Zion. I went over a friend's house and he has some. His wife made some pozole for us. It was a lot. We watched the fights. A couple of
Pozzoli? What
fights.
is it? What's pozzoli? How are you gonna be throwing out random words and not explaining
Oh,
them?
oh
Pozzoli?
well. I'm in Yuma, so pretty much I'm in Mexico. So there's a lot of
Is that like
Mexican dishes.
pozzoli? Sounds like a Mexican and Italian thing. Pozzoli.
Yes,
Pozzoli
yes.
Ringo.
Mom, Mexican, dad Italian. I'll give a son here pozole. But pozole is it's a soup. It's a winter dish. You got hominy, and it got like you can use pork or beef in it.
Like
It's
hominy.
a Mexican soup. It's pretty good.
I've had my fair share of Mexican dishes, and they're yummy, man. That hominy, I like hominy. Um,
Yes.
okay, so we're gonna go talk about the card that just transpired. We had UFC Fight Night, Sandhagen versus Dillashaw, Saturday, July 24th. We'll start. You know how I said I like bottom. We'll start the top on this one because not a lot on this one. But we got Corey
Yeah.
Sandhagen losing to TJ Dillashaw via decision. How do you feel about the fight?
Well, I like how you said losing because the loss can be questionable. It was a very competitive fight, like from the
It
beginning to
was.
the end. There was a lot of judge manipulation going on TJ Dillashaw's behalf. Because,
Damn. The
you know,
judge manipulation. He's paying the
because
judges. He's a snake in the grass.
he's definitely a snake in the grass. But his strategy that he implemented, it wasn't that much damage, but he controlled the octagon and pressured him. And then his wrestling, because of Corey Sandhagen's all of a sudden obsession with spinning techniques, Dillashaw seen that he was put in vulnerable positions, and Dillashaw had the control of the octagon and pressure.
Yep.
Sandhagen was backing up, and he had a couple takedowns and false takedowns due to certain things. But when it comes to damage, Sandhagen pieced him up, and he had the more significant strikes, bloodying up. As a matter of fact, a few of those strikes he stunned him, and he stopped him a little bit. But Dillashaw pressured. Dillashaw looked good in his comeback fight. He was a little banged up. Accumulation of damage, you can tell, and also being out for 2 years, you can tell the endurance and stamina was an issue. But I think Sandhagen won. But when I said judge manipulation, pressure and takedowns, even though they was fake takedowns.
What do we have to talk about this drug thing again? Are you don't take illicit drugs before the podcast? Right.
You're on EPO like Dillashaw?
Fight. How are you having Sandhagen winning that fight?
Because I literally can't think of any significant damage Dillashaw did.
Okay, now let's rewind. I agree literally with everything you said, literally, except Sandhagen who didn't win that fight. You literally said it perfectly. It was yes, TJ didn't have the one big shot that knocked him out. There was no knockout. There was no close to TKO. Sandhagen's a big dude. Like, he's gonna be hard to take out. But like you said too, Sandhagen was hitting TJ with some really, really good stuff. He was a little too in love with that spinning stuff. TJ saw that a mile away. So all the time he did that, TJ had the answer. TJ's wrestling was way better, especially his back control. He was able to get to his back standing and just control him, just, out team alpha male stuff. Like, speaking of team alpha male, we'll go on. One of the only really good fights on that card was my boy The Damage. But nah, dude, TJ just dominated that fight. Not exclusively, you said it. It was his octagon control. He controlled that octagon. Like, there was nothing Sandhagen was doing. So, and that could have won. Let's go talk with Nate Diaz. That went on for 15 more rounds. TJ would have destroyed. Could beat anyone.
Well, hello. You said one word. I want you to elaborate on it. Dominated? What?
He dominated. He octagon
Are you
control.
kidding me?
How do you dominate a fight? You control the positioning, and you damage the opponent. That's all he was doing. He was controlling Sandhagen, literally controlling him and damaging him. That's it. He was dominating him, dude.
Listen,
He won.
oh,
I think Sandhagen squeaked out one round, if I'm not mistaken, but I think TJ won every single round. I think it was.
listen, it was okay. It was a split decision for a reason. Okay, second. Okay, so when you say dominated, I can say if you would have said led the fight, okay, that's fine. It's like when I'm Sauceman and I'm the man. I provide the base and I go for it, and the woman is the show. You know, and listen. Here's the thing, man. You know, Dillashaw followed him down, pressured him, and had some takedowns. But dominated?
He did that the whole fight. It would be something if he did that round 1, 2, or 3 or something. He did that the whole fight. Like literally every second of it wasn't even. I say dominant. It wasn't close. Like I'm not like Sandhagen. Yeah, had his moments, but it wasn't close.
You know what this is reminiscent of me is the Quentin Rampage Lyoto Machida fight. Rampage followed the guy and tracked him down.
Yep.
Machida did more damage than Rampage controlled the octagon. And it looked like Rampage was doing damage. Like nothing Machida did affected him. And it looks like Rampage just kept coming. It's a Jedi mind screw.
Would you say he dominated?
No, Rampage, no. No.
Takes off my point, but whatever. TJ won that fight hands down. And it's like we said too. That fight showed us everything we need to know. TJ is next for the title shot. He has to be. He just beat Sandhagen, and he didn't even need to destroy Sandhagen to get a title shot. He just beat Sandhagen, because Sandhagen was obviously the next one. So I think TJ's gonna probably fight one more time before the championship, but
he deserves it. He's supposed to. Listen, here's my thing. TJ Dillashaw should fight 2 more fights before the championship. Here's why.
Dude.
I get TJ Dillashaw has a name. People hate Dillashaw and all that.
Snake in the grass.
But to me, if you fail in a drug test and admit to a drug test, you shouldn't be guaranteed a title. You shouldn't be rewarded. You shouldn't be rewarded after winning a fight. To me, in McNeil's MMA Federation, if someone fails a drug test and admit to it, there's a couple things that should happen. You should go back to square one. You still got the name. People are going to watch your square one fights. Also, your pay should go to middle of the pack. You shouldn't be the highest paid fighter on a card when you knowingly cheated. And third, you shouldn't be able to come back, you shouldn't be able to come back and fight one fight and be a championship. Because there are guys that has been fighting clean and has been put in 3-4 fights in that time frame. That's still trying to get to the point because they don't have the name value. But you got a guy who knowingly cheated, and now he fights one fight, then not finish and fight a title shot.
Well, Chris McMahon, I'm glad I'm not in that league. That would be
oh, you're a cheater?
You run a hard league, dude. I'm not. Oh, speaking of leagues, I'm excited. I got your I'm ready to be Final Fantasy champion again. Let's do that. Let's go to the next one we had. I don't know if we're skipping this. Kyler Phillips versus Rolviana Pava. Nah, it was a pretty lackluster fight. There was some controversy in that some people thought Phillips won, but Pava was the winner. So and then my favorite, the fight of the night was definitely Darren Elkins versus Derek Minor. This is what I don't get. I was saying this during the live feed too. Darren Elkins does the same thing every fight, and every win is his opponent letting him do it. They'll wrestle themselves out the first round, maybe the second round. They'll just batter him. He's called the damage because you just damage him. That's all you do. Then in the late second or third round, when the other person is tired, then he'll start upping his wrestling and either get the tap out or the TKO, because the other person's exhausted, every time.
It's called the Rocky strategy.
Yep.
You get tired. You get tired from beating the crap out of me. Yep. And once I see blood, I'm gonna jump on you.
Yep. And I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. Yep. And you're tired, and I'm not. So.
Yeah, you're tired. I'm not, because I can take a lot of damage.
And he always come from behind. But now let's jump to the next one, the Miranda Maverick Macy Barber. How'd you see that fight?
Okay, here's what I see a fight. I seen Maverick winning the first 2 rounds. She did more than enough. I seen that Barber came through in the third round and did damage, and I think it was a lasting effect. You know what I would do if I was at coaching? I would put more sparring rounds before because she's consistently on the third rounds come strong. What they should do is get a hardcore sweat, kind of like what they should do with Cowboy. Get a hardcore sweat before to get her drilling up and everything like that, and that way when she coming out there, either that third round begins in the second round or the first round
Yeah.
because third rounds are always a strong round. She finished strong and she manipulated the judges.
Yeah,
That
like
way,
I said, before, dude. First of all, the judges that card were they were bad. They were like bad, bad. I never ever use the word robbery. I don't use the word robbery. I don't think that there's that many robberies per se. I mean, you're fighting a cage fight. Like you can literally knock the other person out or submit them. Like,
yeah,
don't leave it in the hands of the judges. But if it is in the hands of the judges and it's a pretty clear decision win, especially when MMA is easy, dude. There's 3 rounds. If someone wins 2 of them, mathematically speaking, they win the fight. Like same
yeah,
thing with 5 rounds. If they win 3 of them, you win the fight. So and Maverick won the first 2 rounds. I don't know how you can argue that she didn't win the first. She 100% won the first round. Like that was like
yes, yes,
then
yes,
she got a
yes,
little tired. She won the second. She did
yes,
enough to win, and she lost
mm-hmm,
the third,
yes.
and she lost the fight. It's very strange. Like I don't understand. It's a robbery.
I
Even
agree.
DC was saying that. DC was like, "What is going on right now?" Like,
Two things with that is okay, with the rounds and everything. I agree. It's the judging. The judging needs to change. Did you hear what Dean Thomas proposed?
nah. What'd he say?
He said there should be a minimum of 5 to 6 judges. He said it should be a minimum of 5 to 6 judges because then he said like the more judges you have,
There definitely should be 5. If he's gonna do it,
yeah,
it needs to be an odd number.
yeah, it
But
has to be odd. No, it has to
I
be
don't
odd.
think it's I don't think it's the quantity per se, it's the quality. I think we need judges. You have to There's only a few people in this world that I think are qualified to judge an MMA fight and can literally who above my own like fan perspective, I trust their perspective. Like, okay, maybe I didn't think they won, but they must have saw this and like, the Matt Humes, the Faraz Sahabis, the Jacksons, the Mike Wigglejohns, the ones who are coaches and fighters and possibly something else in the business. Like it needs to be a coach or a fighter. Like it has to be. Like
Okay, here's what's very tricky about that is okay. When it comes to judges, we don't know what the qualifications it takes to be a judge. They could be guys who just came out the bar. Now, wherever we don't like, there's no criteria for what it takes. That's what's the second thing, and the third thing is, I think it's a bad idea. Like I used to think that a fighter and a coach would make a great judge, but then I thought about it. I think that it's a bad idea because a coach and a fighter are going to always show favoritism. Like you need someone that I can't say objective because no one's really objective unless they don't care.
yeah.
But but the thing about it is that Faraz Zahabi is a judge. You know what Faraz Zahabi likes. And you could do that and he's gonna favor that a little bit. Or if it's someone he brought in to train his crew or whatever the case may be, he's gonna
So
favor it.
there's ways around that. It's easy. Get multiple. That would if obviously if Frasa Hobby can't judge anyone that he's either trained or knows personally. Bam, that's an easy one for that. Same thing with Matt Hume. Same thing with all these guys. I'm just saying, and of course, everyone like for instance, if I like standing fights a little bit better, I like offense. I'm gonna judge a fight offensively a little bit better. If they're
Yes.
wrestling, for instance, remember the Hendricks Lawler fight? I don't know if it was the first or
Hmm.
second. I don't know if they had it first or second, but basically Hendricks just wrestle effed him the whole fight, literally. And Robbie was like trying to punch him off and doing all this,
Hmm.
but they judged it for Hendricks because he was trying to wrestle an offensive wrestler.
Hmm.
And that's not me. I would have gave it to Lawler. Lawler was actually trying to fight. Like he was like
Yes.
literally. Hendricks was
See,
just positioning. There's a difference between wanting to fight and wanting dominant position. Like
yeah, I agree. I think too, after the GSP era, it was a few years after. Like they used to put so much weight into wrestling. A
Yep.
takedown, no damage. A takedown, no damage.
You won the
Would be
round.
considered. Yeah, you won a round. No
Yeah.
damage. Just stay on top. You, especially you do it at the end of the round. You won a round.
Yep.
Screw
That's why
all
they
of that.
steal around. You literally take them down the last 30 seconds. You won the round. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
kind
won a
of
round. You know. So yeah, I think, and on what Dean Thomas said about the judges, I think if you do 5, and like, to me, I think it's harder to find 5 people that are idiots. They put them in a position.
I can find 5 idiots pretty quickly, dude.
Like
Like,
they put them in a position. It's easy to find 3 stooges, but it's
yeah.
harder to find 5. It's hard to find if you put 5 guys or more in this position. There's a chance that maybe 2 or 3 of them may have some sense. So
Yeah, well,
I
there's
think that's what
definitely
Dean's talking about.
there's a judging issue. I don't know if it's a problem per se, but it's gonna be a problem. Like, yes, these lower fight cards, but if you screw up a big fight card, dude, I just don't want us to go into boxing territory where like there's like conspiracies of like fixed fights and stuff like that. Let's not ruin. They ruin
Yes.
boxing like that. They literally ruin boxing. So
Yeah.
but
I agree, man.
the next one we got, the last one we won't talk about it. It was the Adrian Giannis versus Randy Costa, which that was actually a pretty good fight. Giannis came back and won it in the second, like a come from behind. Costa's jab was crazy that first round, but he lost. So
Yeah.
next let's do the upcoming card. We got we got some breaking news. You tell the audience the breaking news.
Okay, breaking news in the Serial God versus Derek Lewis fight, the co-main event with Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena has been canceled due to Amanda Nunes catching COVID, her wife, and a baby. So that fight's
COVID
been canceled.
cancellation.
COVID cancellation, man. You know, that was 2 words that I hated hearing months ago. That was like the 2 words
I remember. Can we be honest? I think COVID was created so Khabib and Tony Ferguson wouldn't take place ever. Like the MMA gods were like, no, we will make something.
Yes, yes.
Because I remember that was wasn't that the first card that was canceled because of COVID? And they didn't reschedule. Like, what the heck? They didn't because it was Tony and Gaethje, right?
Yeah, it was Tony and Gaethje. You know that fight was so freaking cursed. Like
7 times.
We missed out on a fight of Tony in his prime and Khabib young prime. We missed out, and it was all for like stupid and wild reasons.
Tiramisu, freaking tripping on a wire and breaking your femur, like wearing sunglasses.
Sneaking to a hospital without the UFC knowing.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. So the UFC 265 card co-main event canceled due to COVID. They're moving the Jose Aldo versus Pedro Munez to the co-main. So that's what's going on. That should be a decent fight.
Yeah, that's not the worst card. I mean, there's some decent fights on that. Like we'll review it. When is it?
That's Saturday. On the 7th.
Saturday. Okay, yeah, we'll go through those fights. So we got main card. We got Derek Lewis versus Gane. What do you got? Who you got?
Okay, here's the thing. Cyril Gane is a very athletic and mobile heavyweight. He moves. Yep. We know Derek Lewis, what he's capable of. But he's mobile. He has a tendency to use the weight because he's like a hamburger with just meat and bread. He don't have any like ketchup or
no lettuce,
or tomato.
No
Meaning his meat is that punch. There's nothing in between his fights. He waits for that big punch and that's it. And he also implements almost like the Rocky style, the Erickson style. He gets hit. There's a potential he may go down. He's gonna come back up, but then he's waiting for that big punch. With the Cyril Gane, he's a very active fighter. He's gonna hit him. He's gonna touch him up. But I think Derek Lewis is still gonna wait for that big punch. I'm hoping that Derek Lewis win because Derek Lewis is must-see TV. He's hilarious, and I love seeing knockouts.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
So I agree with you. I hope Derek Lewis wins. I have a little different perspective. it's weird. Like you think that would Derek Lewis being the bigger guy, being this obviously slower, less athletic guy, you think that I mean, it's a 5 round fight. You think that would hurt Lewis, but it doesn't. Lewis likes that. Like if anything, remember his fight with what's his name?
The Russian guy.
Yeah, Russian guy. He knocked out in the was it in the third?
Mm-hmm.
Like he has the same power from the first second to the last. He just needs time to recharge. Like his battery needs to recharge,
Yes.
and then you'll see him just throw a huge overhand right. But Gain's super athletic, so I don't know, man. This is a hard one to call. I want Lewis to, and I think you're right. He's must see TV. He's good for the UFC. He's hilarious. He's a good fighter too. So, and I think him Nagano, there's a lot of back talk with that and a lot of
Yes.
animosity. So I think that'll be a good fight for Nagano. So I see Derek Lewis eking out a decision. I think it might be it. It's either gonna be one. I'll be honest with this. It's either gonna be super freaking boring or it's gonna be super freaking exciting. Someone's going to sleep, or
Yes.
it's gonna be him, Francis Nagano, boring fight type of thing.
Yes. To caveat off what you said about Lewis, he just needs time to recharge his battery and he maintains his power. Because at the end of the day, if Derek Lewis go in a coma for 2 months and he wakes up, he's still gonna be big in country. He's still gonna be big, strong in country. He's gonna forget who he is. He's still in country, and at the end of the day, tired, fatigued, or whatever, that power's still gonna be there because he's one big country motherfucker.
He's a boy. He's a big boy, dude. He's huge.
Yeah,
Black Beast.
he's definitely that. Like he's definitely that. He's a monster. He's a monster. So
I'm kind of scared of his medical issues though. He's been talking about his lower back and stuff like that. That kind of scares me a little, but we'll see. We'll see how he's feeling.
did he get surgery? I remember he got an operation for that, right?
He did. Yeah, he did get the surgery. So I mean, we'll see. It was pretty recent too.
Yeah, it was. It was. He said he never felt better. He said he's been working on losing weight also. So hopefully, that helps.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm like I said, I think it's gonna be a great fight or a horrible fight. I'll tune in to see. Who we got? We got Jose Aldo. We got Jose Aldo, the most saddest Brazilian past champion of all time, versus who is it? Marlon Moraes?
Pedro Munoz.
Oh, Pedro Munoz. Okay, that's not a bad fight.
Okay, first of all, why do you think he's the saddest? Let's talk about this for a second.
Think Jose Aldo before Conor McGregor was literally going down as the greatest fighter of all time, the GOAT, like one of the GOATs. He was literally like he was in talks. After the Conor McGregor fight, who has ever said Jose Aldo is one of the greatest fighters of all time? Has that ever been even said again after the Conor McGregor fight? Even has it been that Jose Aldo's a really, really, really great fighter? No one's even like, I'm like, he's had losses, he's had wins, yeah, every now and again sprinkled in there, but his career was destroyed. Like that's just the fact of the situation.
And what's funny about that is Anderson Silva said it back when he was Jose was younger and coming up, or still like in his thing. He was like, Jose Aldo is the best fighter I've ever seen. I wouldn't want to fight it. He's great.
That's big. That's from Anderson Silva, dude.
Yeah,
that's from Anderson Silva. Like, I think the only two people Anderson Silva's been like is better is him and John Jones. That's it. So, and we all know John Jones. Talk about Anderson's Silva. Conor McGregor destroyed Jose Aldo's career. John Jones destroyed his own career. So, no one destroyed John Jones' career, just himself.
John is the Manny Ramirez of the MMA.
I love Manny Ramirez, dude.
He just does whatever he wants to do and still wins.
Dude, they put him in right field, and man, he just stay off, just hit some homers and stay in right.
So, just Johnny being Johnny.
Yeah.
So
who else we got? What else? You want to go into any more fights on that card, or?
Yes, I want to go another. Okay, with the Jose Aldo Pedro Munoz, right? Aldo has looked better at the bantamweight.
Yep.
But the thing about is sometimes pressure, when you pressure him, like first rounds he's good, but like during the second, third round, he wants to pressure, and I think I see that fight. I see Jose Aldo winning by decision.
I do too.
Uh, uh,
Yep.
uh, He got something to prove now, and he really got something to prove, and he has to take this win because, like you said, he has fallen.
Yeah, Pedro Munoz is a great fight for. I think whoever is his manager, this is the perfect fight. It's a legit. Pedro Munoz is legit. Don't get me wrong. Like he's not like a easy pushover, but I think Jose Aldo has the capability, the strength, and technique to beat in a decision Pedro Munoz. If not, knock him out. It's like you said. As long as he's surviving past that second, third round, he just throws everything. And whatever happened to his leg kicks? Why did he go away from his leg kicks, man?
That was his strength. That was
That
his
was
big
his.
time
It
weapon.
was. We talk about strength. That was his superpower. He was like
Yes,
destroying guys on like it.
yes.
I don't know.
He threw it for his last fight, but that was his thing when he just, like you said, that was his superpower. That
Yeah,
was that was his John Jones reach.
yeah. That was his
The
John.
one thing
That
that
was his
people
Anderson
couldn't deal with.
Silva, whatever you want to call Anderson
His
Silva's like elusive.
his GSP wrestling. That was his thing. That was his thing that no one did have no answer for, and it accumulated. Okay. Last fight that I want to talk about is card the Michael Chiesa versus Vicente Luque.
That's a great fight. Great fight. Hey,
Yes, yes.
the real MMA fans this is for you. Everyone else that's not an MMA fan, turn it off for like 30 seconds or a minute, and then turn it back on. You can't listen to this. You have to be a real MMA fan to listen to this fight.
You know, Vicente, the striking display he's been showing his past few fights, and people really put it on notice when he fought Woodley, but he submitted Woodley. But his striking display he's been putting on in his past fights with the Mike Perry and all these fights, like his Muay Thai is insane. You know,
Yeah, Vincente.
Vicente Luque,
His
like
everything is insane. By the way, everything.
it's insane.
Name a weakness.
Michael Chiesa also another thing who's been on the run. If I believe if Michael Chiesa can get in the top position, that's his only chance of winning this fight.
Do you think that he's at 170? Chiesa isn't as strong.
Well, his last few fights, Chiesa showcase strength. I think with Vicente, his strength is going to be equal. But I think if Michael Chiesa fight Walters, like wrestling background, Walters is going to be a little different. But I think with Vicente is a jiu-jitsu guy and a kickboxing guy, but he doesn't have that physicality. I think Michael Chiesa will stand a better chance wrestling him vice the other welterweights like Colby and all these other guys.
I got Vicente second round TKO.
I can see that. I see that.
Yep. I think he's Chiesa. I think you said exactly the wrestling in the 170 pound. I think he'll be very find success with that, but not against Vicente. If he's just good, he's at 170. That's the guy you don't want to fight. Like he's too good at everything. Like look at his last few fights. He's killing. He's destroying these monsters. Like no one wants to fight him. He's gonna be definitely. He's gonna be a contender after this fight. Give him another one, maybe 2 fights. He's going for the title. Like he has to. So because you got Usman and Kobe, we're talking about that. Going to be fighting it out. But you don't really have. I mean, you got Jorge Masvidal who just lost, who got knocked out viciously by Kamaru Usman. So you don't who else have? You don't. Wonder Boy's gone. Like Wonder Boy just lost.
You got Leon Edwards.
Leon's there, but Leon again. He's so.
Well, let's be honest.
That'll be a good one. Leon Edwards versus Vincent, whatever for the #1 contender. That's a good fight.
Well, let's be honest here, man. Leon lost his steam when he got rocked by Nate Diaz at the end of that fight.
I know. I don't know anyone who won a fight but got so much negative loss. Nate Diaz lost that fight, but everyone thinks he won it.
he got dominated. Nate got dominated. Leon won that fight from the beginning to the end, but he got rocked at the end. And that's a manipulation of the public and the fans because people love Nate so much. That last little bit of flurry, Nate took all of Leon's steam.
Yep, I agree.
So Leon Edwards I think Leon Edwards should fight. Depending on how the Kobe fight goes, if Kobe wins, if Kobe wins, it'll be a trilogy. But if Kobe loses, Leon will fight. He'll fight Usman.
Yeah, well, I mean, Usman's really beating everyone, so it's not. There's not really anyone left per se.
And it'll be a rematch too.
Yeah, dude. Well, Usman's beating everyone. Like Usman's already beaten Masvidal twice. This will be Colby twice. He's
Hmm.
beaten. Previously, of course, Woodley. He beat what's his name recently? Gilbert Burns. So if you want to
Hmm.
do another rematch with that, like that's two fights. He'll be. Usman's destroying the 170-pound division. He's literally name another fighter that's literally beating everyone twice. Like I guess you could
Yeah.
argue. Who was it? No, you can't even argue that. One, two, uh, at light heavyweight. I mean, it's kind of changing back and forth kind of quickly, but I guess you could argue 180 middleweight. He's kind of doing that with his division, Israel Adesanya, but not
Hmm.
to the degree. Not like Adesanya just lost too. So let's be honest about that. He lost at 200 or
Yeah.
205. So
Yeah, he did. He did.
that's I mean, of course that's 205 and not 180, but let's just be real.
Yes.
Call balls and strikes.
Yeah, and people talk about Usman going up to 185. I don't see it. Usman
There's no
is
need to.
light,
There's no
and
need
plus,
to. Ooh, what would be the positive? Would he be making more money at 185? No,
and
he would like he make the same, and he'd
and
fight
two,
harder people. Like
Usman's size is not built for 145. He has the John Jones thing with the light legs. His legs are not big.
he's ripped. He's ripped. But who? Let's talk about Colby since we're talking about Usman. Colby and Usman. Who do you got? We got that. That was just announced. The rematch: America versus the other. Colby
Yeah.
Covington, the American, versus the other man.
Hey, I didn't know we had Otis Buffer in here. Oh, Otis Buffer over here. You the long lost.
Colby, the Saint American, versus the thug, Kamaru, the Nigerian Usman.
The gangster.
The gangster thug. Yeah,
You know, like I said in the last pod, Kobe is the one guy that can give Usman trouble because
agree.
he forced Usman to be strictly a striker because Usman wrestling is not effective. On top of that, Kobe's endurance and pressure is freaking insane,
It is.
and his striking has improved too. He's a very active striker now. He has pillow fists. Don't get it wrong. Don't
He
get
does.
twisted.
Well, I think just to
But
pause real quick, I think what was so insane, he out endured Rafael dos Anjos at 170. So I mean, his endurance, his cardio is in top. Like
it is. It is.
not
It,
better than
it's
Usman, but still.
it's top notch. But it's top notch. But Kobe puts more output in Usman. Kobe just goes. But with all that said, I feel that Usman will win that fight because Usman has legit knockout power, and Usman has shown that he consistently improve. Also,
Yep,
Trevor
he's
Whitman,
evolving, dude.
yeah,
Dude,
Trevor Whitman,
I gotta stop. I've been saying so much positive things about Kamaru Usman. They're gonna call me like a Kamaru Usman dick rider, like, but dude, he's fucking like I don't. What's name a negative thing about him? Like I don't know. Like
yeah, yeah,
there's nothing. There's no weakness to his game. There's no. He said it last time. Just respect him. Put respect on his name, dude. Like
yes.
stop
Now
saying.
you're right. I don't know no weakness in the game, but there is a point. There is a spot that I haven't seen him in that I don't know if he's good enough.
Well,
But
no, but I argue there is like he beat Colby Covington round 5. It broke his jaw, so we know he can go into deeper waters and finish
he
someone.
can, he
He's
can.
just knocked the sweat into Jupiter off of. Do you see that knockout, Jorge
It
Masvidal? I thought his
it
head was
turned to
gonna
mist.
explode.
Yes,
Like,
his sweat literally turned to
just,
mist.
like I thought he was dead. Like
Mm-hmm.
he can get the decision if he needs to, if he's injured or whatnot. He can get the mid round, like the TKOs, the submission. Like people on, he's a freaking amazing wrestler. He's just there's no weakness to his game. I don't know what you. There's no weakness. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I can't say. Yeah, there's no weakness, but there's a spot that I haven't seen him in, and that can be due to his strengths in other areas. I don't know if he's strong at that spot yet, but he hasn't showed any weakness. Yeah,
We'll see. Hey, I'm not, and Kobe, of course, we're in it's a MMA, it's a fight, anything can happen, but and Kobe does have the endurance. So.
you have a shine on your face. It looks like you put a lot of Vaseline on your
Oh
face.
yeah, that's I got a Vass up before the
You you
podcast,
you,
so
you
I
get
don't
ready
get.
for a match.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to get cut before my match. Freaking God, Stitch putting too much Vaseline on me again.
Okay, it's not there anymore. It was a lighting. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, I think it's just the lighting.
Okay. Uh, so I see Usman. It's hard for me to go against Usman, showing his improvements and his knockout power and multiple counts with Trevor Whitman. Now he's improving his striking, so it's hard for me to
Hey,
go
I
against
forgot
him.
about that. You got Trevor. That's a Trevor Whitman's another one I would want to coach MMA, like or not coach, judge.
Yes.
Okay. What's the next? What next do we got?
What's on the list? Let's see here. Okay.
Hey, this is gonna take a while. Let me go into my rant. Okay, let's talk about. This isn't really it is MMA because what was Michael Bisping
Oh,
said?
Michael Bisping. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll preface. Michael Bisping said about Simone Biles. Simone Biles, a gymnast from America, amazing gold medalist. Blah blah blah. She had some mental, whatever you want to call it, mental problems, mental and whatnot. Had to step down. Had to not compete in one of the events. Okay, it is what it is. There's another event that she's not competing in now, citing mental distress, mental whatever. Whatever. We don't know what
Let
she's
me say
going through.
this. Let me say this. She's arguably the greatest gymnast of all time, too. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna add that.
they're literally changing the rules so she can't be as dominant as she
Mm-hmm.
is. So that's when you know they've tried to do that to NBA. No, Shaq. They tried to change rules on. I believe
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, didn't they change rules with him? Uh,
Yeah, they changed the rule with AI. Yep.
yeah, the AI. They change rules when you're that good. But anyways, so saying that, Michael Bisping had a few choice words for her. She's basically said, well, I to be honest, I don't know exactly what he said, so I'll let you say what he said. But
Okay. He basically said that quitting when you're not doing so well is not a mental illness. Quitting when you're not doing so well and folding under pressure is not a mental weakness. It's not a mental illness. It's you can't handle the pressure.
okay.
That's was the
This
gist
is
of
hey,
everything.
he's talking about a gold medalist, the best all-around gymnast of our time right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what is he saying? He's saying she's quitting.
Yes, because she wasn't doing well. He said you quitting when you wasn't doing well and is not and folding under pressure is not a mental illness.
Okay. So
So
this
you
is my
just
rant.
quit.
This is my rant. This is my non-MMA. We're not in the bonus material yet, but I'm gonna be ranting a little. So sit back, everyone. Um, we're living in a world today that's just a negative, shitty fucking world. Everyone has their own shitty ass opinion about something and wants to say it like it's fact. Your opinion is not fact. You can't get into someone's head. You can't just see how they feel. You can't experience life through their eyes. So shut the fuck up when it's not you, when it's someone else's shit. Like stop commenting on stuff that you have no idea about. So I just recently found out like she takes Ritalin medication. Okay, and in this Olympics, she couldn't take that. They banned her from taking that. She's taken that all her life, like literally a medication her whole life. And then they're like, "Hey, by the way, you're gonna do the Olympics, the biggest. You've trained 4 years for this one moment. We're gonna take your medication you've been taking all your life." Yeah. Hey, how do you think that's gonna make someone feel? Like who's been taken for ADHD, like and all these people want to just comment on something that they have no idea about. Hey, I'm sorry, Michael Bisping. Fuck you. Like, you have no
Yes,
idea what she was going through. So,
you're right. Very few people know what it feels like to have the country on your back and you represent your country. The
yep.
pressure of that, and also
And you know
gymnastics.
what? You're right. A few people feel like it, and fewer people even know what it feels like to get a gold medal with all that pressure.
Yes,
Oh wait,
even
Simone Biles knows what it feels like because she's already done it,
multiple,
like multiple.
multiple times.
So
She
don't
had
like
more
say
gold.
she's quitting. Like, dude,
She has more gold medals than any other gymnast. Okay. Also, too, the fact that pressure of having a country on your back, on top of the fact of you're not having your medication that makes you function. So that compounds the issue. That compounds the issue. And it's not a team sport here. It's just you and you out there. Any little small mistake that you make, it goes. They already manipulate the rules to make you less dominant. So all these things is weighing on an individual that's not taking their medication.
That they've taken all their life.
Yeah, they're taking all their life. So many things is going on with this woman. She's been dominant for so long.
She's still a young woman. How old is she? She's not that
24?
old. Yeah,
24?
she's just a young woman. Like, think of all the negative naysayers. It just pisses me off when I see on these Fox News freaking Simone Biles. And it's always, dude, I don't want to get into race. I don't. But it's always they somehow can find the black female athlete. They did this to Sha'Carri Richardson too. Like, she just got just destroyed. Like, her mom freaking died. Like,
yes.
Oh, God.
Because all it boils down to is this too, is people love to point fingers to make them feel better.
Yep.
And also it's a psychologist grown throughout the years. When people see something that they're jealous of or want to emulate or whatever, but they're jealous of it, but when they see that flaw in that individual happens, they highlight it more than anything. Like this woman, Simone Biles, is arguably the most successful gymnast of all time.
Yep.
The moves that she performed is ridiculous. It's like, her athleticism is phenomenal.
Yeah, she's flying through the air. She's literally flying for her.
Flying through the air. And there's a lot of pressure going on with that.
It just
on
makes
top
me
of the medication.
I guess this is the first response. Like, my first response when I heard this was like, oh my God, what's wrong with her? Is she okay? Is she getting the help she needs? Like, I hope she's not suicidal. Response. When I hear mental illness, the first thing I go is suicidal. That's like the ultimate, like, oh no. Like, and then I saw everyone just saying all these like negative, mean things. I'm like, dude, I don't know the situation. The first reaction shouldn't be, wow, what a shitbag. Like, do that.
Yes.
Are you okay? Like, is that like, are we at the situation now where we can't even ask someone if they're okay? If it's like,
no, because we're in a society now where people don't require information; they just require a headline. No one looks further. Everyone's in a rush all the time. No one has time to actually look at things.
No one looks.
And due to the algorithm of what you search before and all that, it's going to be confirmation bias. You don't even have to look for stuff you like. It automatically comes up in your feeds. So, people only going to see what they like, and no one actually wants to look further. And also too, social media has made a lot of people
stupid,
lose empathy for anything. Empathy is lost. Like, first of all, when someone has mental issues and when someone says they do the mental issues, like you said, the proper reaction is this person okay? Because that's what we'll do for people that we care about. That's what people do that we love. If they say they have mental issues, we want to see if they're okay first. But now, society, quitter, stop, stop, quit.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Jeez.
Yes. If someone's having mental issues, that's the worst thing you do is go harder on them negative, because you wouldn't do that with someone you like or love.
Well, we say what if she broke her arm? If she broke her arm, everyone would be like, oh, I can't compete. Oh, okay. Oh, you're still an American hero. I can't compete. I'm literally not taking my medication. I'm freaking out. I have mental, you're a loser. You loser.
A quitter. Well,
you're a quitter.
You're the biggest quitter ever. You represented the country. You failed America.
Dude. Whatever. That's my rant. I'm Simone Biles. I hope she's okay. I hope whoever's battling mental illness is okay. Like, that's my first reaction. If someone has a broken arm or a broken leg, I hope they're okay. Like that.
Yes. Yeah. That was an inappropriate comment. You know, you never know what's going on in someone's head.
It's all
You know,
them. It's all the only reason I really know. I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast, and I'm telling you, say what you want about the dude. Like, yes, he says a lot of stupid hot takes, or he's just a stupid guy. Like, we're all stupid guy. You're a stupid guy. I'm a stupid guy. We're all
yeah,
stupid
we
guys.
all.
But at least the dude is like nice and like kind of
Yeah,
kind. He's kind. Like, he was like, dude, do you know why? Like, there's a reason why. You don't just up and quit. Like, it's not like a.
no,
And even if she did up and quit, dude, okay, that's your prerogative. Like,
yeah, okay. Listen, it's not like she's over there it's not like she's over there defending the country or doing something that like she's protecting when she quit, someone's life's gonna be in danger or
yeah,
someone's hurt. She's over there representing the country playing a sport.
she's an athlete. Yeah, and
She's an athlete.
it's something different too. So I agree. If your life's on the line, or if you have a job where you have to do something like it's sink or swim type thing. Like I respect all the police officers, firemen, first
Yes.
responders, doctors. Like hey, your job is to save lives and do stuff. There's no quitting. Like quit
And
when you clock out. But that's different. She's an
and,
athlete. Like
and to be honest here, there's not one person walking this earth that haven't quit in something.
true.
Whether
Yeah.
it's a sport or whether it's something, we all quit at something. It can be something small. So
Hey, it's my. I
don't
don't know if you see the sign back there, but it's my favorite. One of my favorite quotes is Muhammad Ali. You don't lose if you get knocked down. You lose if you stay down. Simone's not staying down, so
facts,
she'll
facts.
be up and stronger. Don't let the haters bring you down, Simone. Represent.
Yeah, represent Simone. You're doing a great job. You represented America so much. You know, keep doing what you do, and wish you the best. Get
Yep.
well soon.
Get well soon. But yeah, there's my rant for that. It wasn't even on the bonus hour, dude. We're still in the regular hour. What we got next? What was I think there was one more thing.
Okay, we're going over McKee and
Yep.
Pitbull.
Oh, we going to Bellator, ladies and
Bellator.
gentlemen. This ain't
It
just
is
UFC. Come on.
yes, it is the real MMA bros, not UFC
MMA.
bros.
Hey,
So we
MMA
going.
Hey, don't you find that's funny? So many times people are like, hey, yeah, I do UFC. Or such a meme, but like it's true. People are like UFC synonymous with MMA. Like it's like MMA is a sport. No one says, hey, I play NBA. I don't play NFL. I play basketball.
You train UFC? I train UFC.
I train UFC all the time in New York with DC and Chris Weidman.
Yes, you know. Well, you know, okay. This fight, Antonio is McKee. McKee is the up and coming.
Yep.
Next big thing. I see him slowly but surely coming to the UFC. Initially, when he started fighting, you know, he was a grappler, you know, strong grappler because his dad is a phenomenal wrestler that wrestled till he was like 80 years old, and he still had a fight a few years back, you know, Antonio McKee. But I think AJ McKee slowly but surely. The good thing about Bellator, actually better than the UFC, is they actually build up their talent. They don't just throw their talent into the fire. They give them time. Like my boy MVP.
His time's starting to come up. Like he needs to.
It is.
It's been a while.
He's getting older. He's getting a little older. But AJ McKee, they put him up correctly. You know, I think this is his chance. He will be the champion. And his I don't see any weakness in his game. His grappling is phenomenal. Yeah. That's his strong point. And his striking too. He's been knocking people out lately. Now Pitbull had a resurrection of his career. Now he's been knocking out people lately. I think he just knocked out Michael Chandler. He knocked out Michael Chandler in his last fight. So he's a phenomenal beast, explosive, short, and everything. I think AJ McKee's length's gonna get the best of him, and I think AJ McKee is gonna finish him, possibly submission.
I agree with most of your takes. I think today you've been doing pretty well, dude. I can't complain too much. But yeah, he's on AJ McKee's his record. He's 17-0. He's his last 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, obviously he's undefeated, but submission, KO, decision, submission, KO, decision, technical submission. Dude's on fire right now. He's just beating everyone. His 2020, dude, he had such a 20 like that. He had Darian Caldwell. He got a neck crank on him round 1 to win he got the World Grand Prix semifinals submission of the year. Like, but the Pitbull, it's funny because this is like you said, they brought up AJ McKee perfectly. Pitbull's like the established veteran. Like MMA, I know I don't like to take things other people say all the time. I think Luke Thomas says this quite a bit, but MMA is one of the only sports where the young eat their old. Like that's like the no other sport that like the young people just destroy the old people and then the old people just die and go away type of thing. Like basketball, you have veterans and baseball, and they usually bring up the young guys and help them.
Yeah.
Not MMA. MMA, you punch that old guy out like that's your own.
That's true.
I agree. I think AJ McKee, this is his time. I think he's getting set up to go to the UFC. I think he'll be in the UFC next year. I think Pitbull is starting to go on this downturn of his career. Pitbull might even go to the UFC. I mean, like you said, he did beat Michael Chandler, so that's a big feather in your cap. But I got McKee. I got submission actually. I believe 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
So
I see that also. I think McKee, he's young.
It's like
he's
his
at the right.
Too is very underrated. I think he's a high level wrestler. So
yes, so. I see McKee. I'm looking forward to that fight. I hope McKee wins because AJ is on a roll, and he will be able to demand big bucks going to UFC because he has a charisma, he has the look, he has the style, and he has the story. He has a story in the history. So I believe he's gonna do
whatever
well.
happened to? I feel like Bellator and all this. They were such like a feeder to the UFC. I mean, we got Michael Chandler. Okay, that's the most recent one, but I can't think of any other big Bellator signings.
You talking in history or just recently?
Recently, the past year, 2 years, 3 years.
I can't think of it either because they're actually are getting crapped up UFC fighters. So
yeah, I was gonna say
it's the reverse.
I think everyone's going to Bellator. Crappy UFC fighters go to Bellator instead of good UFC fighters come from Bellator.
Yeah, crapped out UFC fighters. So now we was gonna go over the Conor tweet.
Yeah. So, dude, I always have to preface this. I love Conor McGregor. He's one of my favorite fighters.
Yes.
He obviously what he's done on the cage is historic. Like what he's done out of the cage is historic. He's fucking losing his mind. Like someone needs to go over. I wish it was me. I want to go over. Conor, shut the fuck up. Like just shut up. You lost the fight. Go heal. Go train. Stop making out with Justin Bieber over there. Like. Do you want to be a UFC fighter? Yes or no? Yes? Go train. Go get off the Twitter. Become good again. If you don't, okay, go make out with Justin Bieber. Go have a train on whatever. Go do your thing. Like, but decide. You can't be both. Like he's trying to do this both stuff. And his tweet, I'm sorry, you don't talk about a man's like family. That he's bringing family into this, and I'm like, why are you bringing family? Like, especially dead family. Like. Conor, you're better than this. Stop the crap. That's it.
See, to me it's the thing I have. Conor's problem is the money is not enough. He in his heart of hearts and what he want to be is a fighter. He still wants to fight. And the problem with Conor and the thing with Conor too is with that tweet is, that this tweet just showed how much
he deleted the tweet, right?
Okay, the tweet was
bring it up, yeah.
Okay. Conor responded to a tweet back that Khabib tweeted about the Poirier fight, the Poirier-Conor fight, was saying good beats evil, beats evil, trying to say Conor evil ways were evil and Poirier is good. Yeah. So just recently on the 27th, that fight was weeks ago. On the 27th, Conor put out a tweet: "COVID is good and father is evil." Meaning, Khabib's father died of COVID. So saying that, Khabib's father is evil. So here's my thing.
That's so fucked up, dude. Like, why would you write that?
It's really.
Like, there's no reason to write that. There's literally no reason to write that. I don't understand. To get under Khabib's skin, who's retired right now, who's like.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that. So that let me know when Khabib tweeted that a while ago. It got to Conor. I don't know if Conor was on meds. I don't know if Conor calmed down or he's finally sober, whatever. And that hit him. He's like, okay, let me say something about it. But I think that let me know that loss to Khabib really killed Conor and mentally, and Conor really believes that he can beat Khabib. This tweet shows me 100% that Conor feels that he can beat Khabib because Conor is pulling out all stops to get under Khabib to get Khabib to come back.
Dude,
It's
I
like
got I got the
and right
complete opposite take. Complete
and,
opposite take.
and right now he's seeing that Khabib is still comfortable retiring, so he's pulling out all stops to bring Khabib back. He wants
Connor's
to fight Khabib so
Connor's
bad.
projecting. Like Connor's projecting so hard on Khabib. Khabib doesn't care about Conor McGregor. I'm sorry. Words and every actions, he
Not
doesn't
true.
care. Like he doesn't at this point. Conor needs to win. That's all I'm saying. Like Conor needs to win. If you keep losing, you have nothing to stand on. Like Conor can keep saying all
Facts.
this shit, and like
Facts.
I'm so he if he keeps losing, you're just a brash loser. That's what can't shut up. Like you've made your money. He's made his money, so he's gonna keep making money. So that's not an issue. But the point is,
You're right.
is gonna be a good fighter. I don't know.
Hey, you're right. Okay, I agree. He has to win, and I think
Has to win.
now, I think Khabib cares a lot about Conor. Khabib is always commenting on Conor. Who comments on each other more? Khabib is always commenting on Conor because Khabib wants that. Khabib really, really, really wants. I think he hates Conor. He hates Conor with a passion,
I
and I
agree.
think, and I
That's
think
obvious.
he really, really wants another fight with Conor. He wants this time. What Khabib wants is Khabib wants to fight Conor and really, really, really hurt him because he didn't have. I think that's and see, and I think Conor knows that, and Conor is trying his best to get under Khabib because he wants Khabib to come out and challenge him. But only problem is Conor's recovering from an injury right now,
Yeah,
so it's gonna be hold.
so it won't happen for a while, but let's just say it does happen. I hope it does happen, but I don't think Connor needs to do Rocky 4, go up in the jungle, train in the snow. Like he needs to just get away, dude, and like focus. Be that 2000 and the Eddie Alvarez Conor McGregor, the Chad Mendes Conor McGregor, the focus. Like no one can beat him, Conor McGregor. Like
Hey, breaking news, guys. This is an intermission. We
oh,
are
news. What do we
Listen,
got?
we we are a sports podcast. You know, we're MMA guys, but we're sports guys at heart.
Let's go.
You know, Lakers acquired Westbrook in a
I
blockbuster
know.
trade.
Did you see that, bro? Woo! In a historic, was it 9-person trade?
Okay, let me pull it up real quick. The Los Angeles Lakers acquired star Russell Westbrook, a 2024 second round pick, and a 2028 second rounder from the Washington Wizards in exchange for Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, and the number 22 pick in Thursday's draft.
Dang, they got a lot for Russell Westbrook. That is so weird. The Wizards must have been like, it must have been Beal, really. I guess Beal must have said something or done like, I mean, they got a lot of good players. They got
Yeah,
Washington is built right now. Like they got
yes,
some
they have
players.
they have to match the contract. I think Kuzma's gonna. I think Kuzma is this is his opportunity to step up because he's not under anyone's shadow.
Yep.
But who they thought he was gonna be.
Yep.
Okay. Also, Montrezl Harrell, sixth
He's
man
a
of the year. Sixth man of the year went to Lakers in the playoffs. Totally, they didn't even utilize him.
Yep.
Contavious Caldwell Pope is a 3-and-D guy, spot up
Yep.
shooter, and he's consistent. And they got a number 22 pick. So Washington Wizards definitely improved.
Yep. And
But
yeah, I know.
the
And then
Lakers
yeah, I
got
know.
Russell Westbrook.
So they got Ron James, Anthony Davis, uh, Russell Westbrook,
Andre Drummond.
You're probably gonna get rid of Schroeder now, but Schroeder, Andre Drummond, and who else? There was one more.
You know, like
KD's gonna come over to the Lakers, and then you're gonna get
might as well. You know,
yeah.
hey.
Michael Jordan's gonna come out of retirement, join the Lakers. Space Jam 3.
You know, because one thing is for sure, Russell Westbrook's gonna be consistent. Russell Westbrook's gonna be out there.
Oh, his numbers
It
are
won't-
absurd. Like everyone always argues about like if you want to go just by numbers, Russell Westbrook's one of the greatest NBA players of all time.
Oh, he's Bonafide Holly.
His
Even
numbers are absurd. Like,
listen, you cannot speak the story of basketball without mentioning Russell Westbrook's name.
he just beat a record that was around since 19. What was it? The was it not Elgin
Like,
Baylor? The Oscar
like
Robinson.
Big O, Oscar Robinson.
19 something.
It was in the 60s, early 70s.
And he just beat it in 2021. Like,
no. His was crazy about it is when Big O did it, no one thought anyone else would ever do it.
Nope.
Russell Westbrook averaged triple-double multiple seasons. Russell Westbrook had made it to the point to where people don't even give attention to triple-double when he's the only other person that did it. Oh, Russell Westbrook got average triple-double now. Which,
the only other person who's close and talks is Luka. Like, Luka is he's getting like a 30-10-10 triple-double type thing. But Russell Westbrook, dude, if you look, one night he'll get 20 assists, 10 rebounds, 20 points. Then he'll get 31 rebounds, 15 assists, 22 points. Then he'll get 47 points, 10 rebounds, 14. Like, these numbers are crazy.
To average a triple-double is hard. If it was easy, a lot of people do it. LeBron can't even do it.
No.
Well,
yeah.
First of all, it requires a phenomenal motor. So I just had to drop that in there. So
no, that's some good info. And I'm a big Washington Wizards fan, so I'm excited for them. I think they got I like trades that are good with both teams. I can see positives for both teams. I think Lakers got what they wanted. They got their money shot. They Lakers, it's showtime. All they care about is putting butts in seats. And
they will.
This got Russell Westbrook.
This potentially may be Russell Westbrook's first championship.
Westbrook is literally, that's all he cares about. He just wants a championship right now. That's it. That's why he went to the Lakers for a championship. Obviously.
Now, one last thing. Do you think him and LeBron will clash?
No. So I think it's like we talked about in a relationship. Was it last podcast? If you're upfront and honest with someone at the beginning of whatever the relationship, a friendship, intimate relationship, anything, a basketball relationship, and if LeBron's like, hey, this is my team, like, obviously I'm the Lakers, like, I'm gonna let you do your triple double, and I'm gonna let you maybe even score some game winning baskets, but as long as we both know whose team this is, because AD knows whose team this is. Let him do his thing, but Andre Drummond knows whose team this is. Like, Russell Westbrook doesn't know whose team this is.
Yeah, Russell, and I think Russell Westbrook is gonna do what he do no matter what, because he's so hard-nosed. He's such a fighter.
Because I think that was the big thing too. Because Washington, Bradley Beal, and Russell Westbrook, we didn't know whose team that was. Like, we thought it was Bradley Beal's at the beginning, but then it was like, okay, Russell's kind of, checking the young guys and doing his thing.
Yes. Yeah, you're right, man. So that's the way I look at that. Now, that's a blockbuster trade. I'm glad. Russ, he's going home back to LA. And he's gonna eat. He's gonna eat big time, because there are times when now LeBron can rest a little bit. LeBron cannot. AD's got to be fragile. So, but hey, I like that pickup.
It was great. That's a great. I like it too. I saw that this morning. I was like, woo, because they were talking about Dame Lillard. I thought Dame Lillard was gonna go to the Lakers, but they must have been trying to get Westbrook instead of. But I see Dame Lillard still could leave. I see Dame Lillard going to New York. Dude, go to New York. Like, imagine Damian Lillard at New York.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
God.
Perfect.
First of all, those jersey sales would be through the roof. Like,
yes.
I'd buy a Dame Lillard New York jersey, and then I'd freaking mount it on the wall. Like,
hell yeah, don't even wear it.
I'm not gonna wear it. Yeah, that's like a collector's edition, dude. Like,
yeah. Speaking of the topic we was talking about before we went to MEA, this just happened. Pitbull storms off a cage after heated confrontation with AJ McKee at Belfort 263.
Ooh,
they was going at it. So building up, that's what you call a rollout. Before the show, you do the rollout, get people watching, and it looks interesting. So
good.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's good. I'm glad he did that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now entering the bonus show. I don't know what we got on this bonus show, Mr. McNeil.
Well, we went over a couple bonus topics during. Now this Russell.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Free bonus.
Free content.
So, So let's talk about uh Vitor Belfort and Oscar De La Hoya. He is heating
Woo!
up right now. It's
That's
heating
coming
up
up.
right now. Yeah, it's heating up right now. As a matter of fact, you got Vitor Belfort bullying TikTok fragile guys. I don't know what for, but
TikTok.
you know, now
Hey, do you
here's
have a
my thing.
TikTok?
Yeah, I do. I do.
No, you don't. You seriously have a TikTok? Are you a
I have a
14-year-old girl?
I have no.
Like,
I have the app and I go on TikTok. I don't put up post videos.
Do you do dance videos? Can I see your
I
dance
don't. I
videos?
don't. I don't post videos. I'm a watcher.
Oh, you don't post videos. Okay.
And my son does that. I'll leave that to my son. He does. He does the dancing and post videos and stuff. As a matter of fact, he put up a couple things that we did back in the day. But you know, I looked at the face-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Vitor outweighs this guy by at least 60 pounds.
That's
Of
what I said. I said
of
Vitor's way bigger than Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar has that fat face syndrome. He got a fat face. It's all in his head. But Vitor outweighs him. And Vitor is saying this is the first time Oscar De La Hoya has fought a real fighter, a guy that has handled kicks, punches, grappling. This is his first time. I'm going to show him.
Okay, Vitor, you can't kick in this fight, so I don't know.
No, you
why
can't
you're
kick in
saying
this
that.
fight.
It's a
It's
boxing
all
match.
boxing. And I think Oscar De La Hoya is a train wreck waiting to happen. I think he's
Dude, he ain't a train wreck waiting to happen. He is a train wreck. It's already happened, dude. Like
he's
that
definitely
dude. Did you see that last Triller fight where he was commentating? He was literally drunk, dude. Like I'm not joking. He was drunk. Like
do you call that commentating?
I don't know what that was. Like I was like
And
commentating, freaking rifting, freaking I don't know, high on drugs and drunk.
he was high on something, that's for sure.
He wasn't high
He
on
was
life.
he was high on something. So he's definitely an accident, a train wreck. And I think he still feel he can do it. But my question always is, like I talked about J. Cole coming to play for the African basketball, the professional. My question always is why did you do it sooner? Why wait all these years and do it sooner? Like Oscar De La Hoya.
Fear.
Why did he fight? Why did he fight sooner?
I say it's fear with all these guys. It's the what ifs. Like I respect the guys who did do it. I mean, you could say that there's so many guys. You could even say the guys that were successful. Randy Couture. Why didn't he do it sooner? Like, but he had a very successful career.
And the thing with De La Hoya is if he can come back and fight at this age, why he didn't fight 3-4 years ago when he was younger? My thing is, it's to me what that screams to me is money grab.
Money. Yeah,
They
I literally
they,
just
they,
say money.
they see this Triller, they see all these fake fights making these celebrities, so they're like, let me get in on some of that money. Like for instance, the Shannon Briggs fight versus Rampage, which online you can see them talking trash so much. I'm thinking to myself, Shannon Briggs, they try to strike it while it's hot. They see these guys getting a lot of money, celebrities, and it's a Jake Paul effect. It's a Paul brothers effect.
Mm-hmm.
These Paul brothers is changing the freaking game of boxing.
We should just change our name to the real MMA Paul brothers. That's all we talk
the
about.
Paul brothers. No, you brought it up earlier, so I just had to bring it to that. You see these guys coming in.
We have to talk about them because they're making such a historical change on fighting. Like it's true.
Yes.
They're changing fighting. Like
the Vitor Belfort and Oscar De La Hoya fight is happening because of the Paul.
Yeah. And the Anderson Silva, Jake Paul, like all the other Paul brother fights, there's gonna be more of them too. There's gonna be celebrity fights, like celebrity fighting. So they flipped the script on it though. That's the thing. I remember Joe Rogan was talking about it. It's not that usually you're a good fighter, okay? You fight people, you beat people, you get famous, bam, that's it. They got famous, were good fighters, are surprisingly not bad fighters, and now are fighting people. So they flipped it. They got famous and then did the fighting thing. So
yeah, and you know what's funny too is it all started with the Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah, that was
when they seen Jake Paul knock out Nate, that is when it was flowing. That's when the train started happening.
Isn't
Then
that
it went from
that
that.
wasn't that long ago? But it feels like it was like forever. Like
No, it wasn't that long ago at all, and that's when it
rest
started.
in peace, Nate Diaz or Nate Robinson.
Now you have freaking like I seen a fight the other day, Lamar Odom versus Aaron Carter. It was a celebrity boxing fight.
Yeah, boy, who you got?
You know, boxing right now is a money. People making more money now.
Lamar Odom.
Say what?
You know Aaron Carter's song.
Yeah,
That's how I beat Shaq. Because that's
yeah.
how I
There you go.
Odom. It doesn't
Odom.
ring that well, but
No, it doesn't. You know, a little too much. But I
a
get you.
little
You
too
know,
many
so
syllables there.
yeah, too many. You know, so I think this is a result of that. You know, because
Do I want to
no
ask?
one wants to see
Do I
Oscar
want
De La Hoya box.
who's gonna win? I don't even want to know. Like I know, like it's not. I'll tell you, it's not gonna be Oscar De La Hoya. Like I'm telling you, like I'm gonna be surprised if that dude even throws a punch. Like his
Vitor,
brain is scattered.
Vitor is gonna go and try to steamroll him.
I think so, and I think he's going to steamroll him. I
Yeah, I think
really
so too.
do. I think Vitor Belfort, especially especially if he's been taking those silly supplements, like
And
those
and he
those
has been.
Flintstone chewables, like
I've seen videos. He has been. You
dude,
know, and
he's
see,
he's probably his ass cheeks are probably in a lot of pain, like
hey,
being
his
shot up every 10 seconds.
his, his ass cheeks probably look like a checkerboard. You know.
Yeah, probably
Now,
fucking chess on them.
yeah. Now, here's the thing. I seen De La Hoya's training videos,
Oh,
and
how are they?
oh, they're embarrassing. They
Yeah.
look ridiculous. It looks like somebody's dirty uncle out there trying to shadow box.
It is
Dirty
someone's
drunk
dirty
uncle.
uncle. It is someone's dirty drunk uncle trying to box.
Yeah. So you know that's what's going on with that. So I see Vitor bulldozing it.
I do too. I really do. Like, and I don't even see Anderson Silva bulldozing or. I think the Paul brothers, the the Paul brothers are good. Like, I think can we all agree to that now? Finally, like they're legit boxers. I would put them up against amateur boxers. Like, and they probably fare pretty well. But these celebrities that they're fighting, and this is they're stepping at the right thing. Like Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley's not a really amazing boxer. No one thinks he's an amazing boxer. Like he's not.
No.
Like he's a wrestler with a right hand, like a
Yeah.
superior wrestler. But yes, he had some good footwork, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fight. But again, not boxing. So
No.
different range,
Not
different
Not
everything. But this is going to be a good step. This is going to be a stepping stone. And it's, again, the stepping stones have been perfect. Like, yes, we want to fight someone who has fighting experience, but not really good fighting experience.
Yeah.
Like
Not really
fight
good.
an athletic person, but not really that athletic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Nate Robinson, what's his name? Freaking Dad Bod McGee. Freaking.
Yeah.
So.
You're right. I agree. You know, you know, I agree with you. The Paul brothers are better than advertised.
Yeah.
And you know, the only problem, the only thing about that is they're gonna have a very small window. Like their window is gonna be up soon. They gotta get everything hot while they can, and they're doing it right now. They're doing great
They
because
are.
what's gonna happen is as they win more and more, there's competition go up and up, and you're really gonna see what they're about. So I like what they're doing. So that's our Paul brother moment. You know,
Yeah, dude. Hey, we gotta change. We're talking about them too much, dude. We gotta stop talking
yeah,
about them. Like, what are we
yeah.
talking about them? They ain't
You
Paul
know,
brothers.
yeah, the
I'll
real
box.
Paul
Hey,
bros.
an official call out. I will box both Paul brothers at the same time for $20 million. Just show me where to sign.
Yes, I'll be your cut man.
There we go. And McNeil's the cut man. Not too much Vaseline this time.
You know, well,
Change the game, dude. So
definitely changing the game. Definitely changing the game for sure, for sure. So You know, what else is going in the world, in the wacky world of sports?
I'm trying to think, dude. It's actually pretty quiet. We got the Simone Biles thing. There was definitely some other things, but this is a good plug too. Hey guys, if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, you got whatever you want to troll, you want to say something nice, something bad, something anything, email us at therealmmabros@gmail.com, or you can comment. Please like and subscribe the video. Do our thing. It looks like we got quite a bit. We got 70 some odd views on one video and 20 some odd or 30 or something. So it's growing. I want to build this community. Hey, I'm you, you're me. Like we're just bros, bro. Like we're just broing out. Like so
just broing out.
Just broing out. We're playing some Monopoly. We're gonna have a little bromance. Maybe we'll make some popcorn. I don't know. Listen to some Brevi metal. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah, we're here for you guys. We're just two bros talking about what we know or what we think we know about MMA. We definitely appreciate your support. Keep doing that. You know,
I don't know about the other.
keep doing what you do. We appreciate the support. We've seen a live vid, 100+ views. Keep doing what you do. Next, and I promise next show I will be on the live vid. You know.
Yeah, dude. That got so demonetized so quick. That was the YouTube freaking people were like, delete. You're like, that's fun. So yeah, I won't show copyrighted stuff. Hey, you guys missed it the last live stream. You could have got some nice content right there, but it's gone. It's gone forever.
It's gone forever. You know.
That next one was this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do it this Saturday. We'll do it right. I think that's it. You got any other hot takes, McNeil, before we call it a show?
I have no other takes. This was a good show.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in the political spectrum, in the sports spectrum. No, that's about it. I'm eating pretty healthy. I've been losing some LBSs. I'm excited. I'm going to Cali pretty soon.
That's
Arizona.
what I'm talking about.
So I'm gonna soak up the sun.
That's what I'm talking about.
Been going to the river a lot, swimming and kayaking. Dude, life's good. Hey, everyone, if anyone's listening to this, hey, I love you. Life's great. Just keep saying that. It will be. Make your life the best life it can possibly be. That's it. That's just do it. Manifest it.
Yes, and stay away from brothels.
No. Stay away from dirty brothels. Brothels, hey. Sex work is some great work. It needs to be done, and I respect those ladies and gentlemen doing it.
It's a multiple $billion business, so hey, it is.
Boy, we got to get you in the business. It didn't last time we start plugging these Pornhub, and YouPorn, and see.
Hey, well, I may put a few amateurs out. I may go ahead and get it on.
Advertisers, or what are they called? Sponsors. Can Pornhub sponsor us?
There you go.
Dude, you should get the sponsors Fleshlight. We should bring Fleshlight, like make it a mainstream thing. Like, you got your Fleshlight? Yeah, I got mine, bro.
Well, we can't. You know, I don't want to get copyrighted again. So we do what we gotta do.
Not again. Okay, this is the Real MMA Bros signing out. I'm Otis. That's Chris.
I'm Steve. All right, y'all have a good day.
See Matt. Peace.
All right, brother. See you this weekend. Next weekend.
See you, bro.
Next week.